everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. Today we are going to be doing a weekly planning routine video, so I will be walking you through my entire weekly planning process from setting up goals in my Moxie Life. Then we're going to create a weekly overview spread. This week I'm going to be using the Plum Paper Vertical Priorities again. We're also going to do a little bit of daily planning, check in with my monthly calendar, basically check in with all of the things that I need to check in with ahead of the week to get all organized. This is going to be for the week of February 20th to the 26th, also known as the week before Go Wild. I am getting so excited. There is also so much going on and I'm feeling a bit discombobulated right now. So I definitely need to dive into my planning routine so I can kind of refocus all my energy before the week starts. It's currently Sunday the 19th. Monday is actually President's Day. So the kids are off school and my husband's off work, which gives me a little bit of extra planning time before I'd like everything to be set. But I would like to get as much of this routine done as possible today. So I'm going to push this plum paper off to the side. We'll be back in that in a minute, and we are going to start with my Moxie Life, checking in with my weekly actions from last week, also doing my reflections from last week, and then we will go ahead and set up for the next week in here. Last week in February, although depending on how things go this week, we will have to see. I may need to use my February goals for just one more week, just depending on whether or not I can get my March goals completely done this week or not. That will definitely be, working on those March goals will definitely be in my weekly actions this week, but I do have some higher priority stuff that needs to get done because the goals will wait another week if they have to. Work deadlines, school schedules, and even Go Wild prep honestly will not at this point. Okay, so here are my weekly actions from last week. I have like all of my habits marked with hexagons and my actions marked with squares, and then, you know, this one was just like a thought process for the week, which I usually highlight, but I forgot to. So anyway, that makes things really helpful. I did time block a couple of days. The schedule got a little bit out of control. Like things were just shifting really quickly. I started this work project last week and then it got delayed, then canceled, then I don't know. There's a whole situation going on. Part of my weekly actions for this week are going to be to like figure some stuff out with that. Morning routine, I did okay. I wasn't feeling super well at the end of the week, so I did sleep in a couple of days, but otherwise okay. We are in the midst of the long weekend and we were having a good one. I did finish buying all of the supplies I need for Go Wild. Now I just need to get like organizing and everything, but everything is purchased and just piled in my office, so we are good. The birthday planning, we have a general idea of what we're doing, but it's kind of like a little bit stalled, but we're going to do something at the house, which means we can plan it more last minute and it's going to be pretty casual. So I feel okay about that this week now. So I'm just going to give it a check. I've at least been through it with my husband. There's only we just have so much going on in our lives right now. So it's going to have to be like a little bit more of a smaller last minute thing. The kids seem happy and fine. So they're all young enough that I think that they will still just love it and have a good time. Plus, thank goodness for cousins. We've got so many cousins that it really will cover the shortfall of not being able to have like all of their friends here, because we're just gonna have like a more like select group. All right, I did really good. I'm really ahead with like short form content filming right now, and I also got 2 UGC videos done that I needed to get done. I'm still waiting for like some materials on a third, and I have a lot more UGC stuff to film for next week. And if you don't know what UGC is, in addition to filming for my own content, I also film for brands sometimes. So I make videos for them to post on their feeds, and it doesn't like have my name on it or anything. A lot of it is related to planning, but it won't be like tagged to me or anything like that. It looks like it's coming from their page, which it is. Separate in my older freelance business, or my more pre-existing one, I did start this project and then go down this rabbit hole and then get told to put everything on pause, and now I also got my regular work thing schedule moved, but now we might have to move it back. So basically I did all of this work that is now just like completely up in the air, and so that's a little bit frustrating, but that's just what happens sometimes when you work freelance, although I'd imagine that also happens sometimes no matter where you work. Okay, so my big kid had a really good couple of days off. I have done so much baking in the past couple of days. Like honestly, I made so much stuff. We made muffins, we made 2 different kinds of cookies, we made focaccia, which turned out so good. Oh my gosh, the focaccia was amazing. I will definitely be making that again. And we did this. The daily clean's going okay. Carving out time to recharge. I was not feeling that maybe by like Thursday, but then I kind of just collapsed in on myself, which is why I was trying to carve out that time in advance, because then I didn't, and then I started to feel a little bit sick and just like collapsed into a heap. I read 4 books last week, which is a telltale sign that you can tell that I was deeply, deeply stressed. Reading can sometimes be a little bit of a avoidance tactics for me, and I actually just finished a book this morning as well. So hopefully I might have to put my Kindle on pause for a minute so that I can finish some stuff up. All right, for wins, I'm gonna put that I got the Go Wild supplies. Honestly, my week did not really go super well, did not go as planned, and I did do the workouts actually, so that is a good thing. I mean, I 100% did one and I like half did another. I did like a purposefully active play session with the kids, but I'm counting it. It counts in my book. Anyway, I was just trying to think of anything else. I just honestly, I don't feel great about last week, even though I did get a lot of stuff done, but I feel like I wasted a lot of time, not wasted because I thought I was starting a work project, on Tuesday and Wednesday scrambling, and then did nothing Thursday, Friday, and then I had a really productive Saturday since my mom took the kids to the beach. Basically, that's where I'm feeling. So I feel like, I don't know, I just don't feel great about how last week went. So hopefully we can kind of get some of the energy back for this week. Okay, working. The daily clean is going really well, and the kids are starting to get a lot better about keeping like the hallways clear of their toys and stuff. Also just like cooking and like meal prepping and all of that stuff has been going really well. Sometimes it's easier to cook for more people. I don't know if that's like a thing, but all of that stuff is working super, super well right now. My content schedule is working pretty well right now. I want to add more YouTube videos back into the mix after Go Wild, but for right now, this has been helping. And I left myself 4 things, so I'm gonna pick a 4th one. And I do feel like I had a lot of extra help with the kids this week, and that has been really nice. That they are not what's stressing me out right now. Okay. Then for not working, so I just wrote working into a frenzy and then collapsing into an unproductive heap for days, which is basically what happened last week. So that's fun, but let's try a little bit of a better pacing situation. Go with a Moxie Life favorite, which is rest is productive. Let's phrase it a little bit more for how it applies to this week, and that is that intermittent breaks will keep you more productive. And adjustments for next week, I'm gonna actually grab my stencil for this one. Let's do some stuff. Okay, so 1, schedule more breaks. 2, I'm gonna just like limit my reading time. I always read before bed, but if I start reading during the day, which I did a couple times this week, honestly, it's worse than watching a TV show for me. The rest of my day is then just gone, especially in like high stress moments like this, when then I'm just like hiding in the book. That being said, I did read some really good books this week, including Remarkably Bright Creatures, which if you have not read that already, I 10 out of 10 recommend. It was so good. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put a little line here, and then I'm gonna give myself like my motto / focus for next week, which is I just need to figure out what is going on with my work schedule and then do it. Like I need to just figure things out because there's so much uncertainty right now with all of like that work project stuff and all of the things that I moved to accommodate that project. So I just need to figure things out. All right, so I just wrote figure out the work schedule, execute, and get ready for Go Wild. So I'm really excited about that. I am gonna add a pop of color into this and I will be right back. Okay, so I just used my Moxie Life colors to kind of give that a little color code according to the life areas. I have my Moxie markers, which we will also use on the next page. I'm gonna try and stick to this hexagons, squares thing, and I might bring this circle into for like stretch goals or things that would be nice to work on after I finish up. Because you might notice that there are a lot of check marks here, and I said I don't feel great about how this week went. And I think that's because I planned my week thinking that I was gonna just be doing nothing but work, and then when that kind of fell through, instead of going back to doing productive things on other things, I just stopped doing anything. So maybe we'll add in some more stretch things that I can fall back on if I need to, because I'm always better working from a list. Okay, so these stickers from Lexi Kylie Designs are the ones that I've been using at the top here to mark the week, and we can leave space for my little weekly focus as well there. So this is, I think I want to go back to the other way that I was doing this, like that. So this is the week of February 13th, and I think I want to go back to the transparent matte ones. No, this is not. This is the week of February 20th. Did I use the wrong sticker last week? No, I didn't. Okay, we're good. Just getting confusing because I have so many sheets of these. I bought extras just because I didn't know. I just knew that I would want them, but I bought extras, which I guess this is not really a sticker. The weeks one, that's fine because I'll be able to use them like another year, but the actual dated ones, which line up to a Monday start of the week, I'm not necessarily going to be able to reuse because they won't line up next year, but you know, I wanted to have options. All right, and then this is week 8, and I'm going to put it across the back here, the top, and actually might even do that little underline thing with the Boulder pen. And you know what? I've got this ultra fine fine liner from Zebra. It's a Sarasa fine liner, and I was using this the other day in one of my stenciling videos, and I love the way that this writes too. And maybe I want to switch things up a little and use a little bit of stencils. So I mean, use a little bit of fine liners in my stencil. So we're gonna start with work, and as I said, the big thing here is I need to figure out what's going on. So I'm gonna make the focus schedule. I like a one-word focus. So we have that, and then which says to figure out what's going on with all of my projects and then make a plan. And then in addition to that, I'm gonna use this pen with the stencil this week. I also have all of this UGC work that needs to be done before Go Wild. It's a separate stream of business, but it is work. And that's to say nothing of my own filming schedule, etc., which will still need to happen, but I am not gonna put that in. And I think I wanna put some corners around this. So I'm just gonna use the little corner of the stencil to kind of make a little corner box. You'll see what I mean in 1 second. Just kind of like that. Okay, let's see what was else. Oh, those are my January goals. I was like, why is that checked off? Okay, tracking routine, work stuff that may or may not be happening, and the focus content plan. So that is good. I am all good on those things, and yeah, we just continue to execute on that last one. I am going to swing over to financial, where I actually just have 2 related things that are super simple. Sorry, I had the pen cap in my mouth. Okay, so I have 2 related things that are super simple, which is I want to update my channel finances and my business finance sheet, because I did get paid and I have another paycheck coming this week. Ongoing collection of text documents, etc. as they come. I will start thinking more seriously about that when I get back from Go Wild. So that'll probably be in my March goals. Which I'm debating, you know what, I can just swing up to personal now. So I'll come back and highlight that in a second. So personal stuff. I'm gonna say morning routine because I do feel like it helps energize me and I feel like I need that. What else is on my goals? Keep up with routines. Recharge time. But I'm gonna put recharge time over in spiritual, and over here I'm gonna put like that I need to work on my March planning and my March goals. Even if I don't finish it this week, I need to start on it, and yeah, to be, it'll help me feel better about like more organized for Go Wild. And then I might add more there, but I want to go down to fun and recreation. So we've already got some weekend plans for this weekend, and I also need to check on some gifts. Okay, so weekend plans, knowing we already have some. Also, some of those plans involve a birthday, and we keep like a stockpile of presents in our basement, and I just manage the inventory, which is very low for like some age groups, and then we're like really long baby gifts. Then Go Wild prep. The birthday party, it's gonna be what it is. Okay, so we've got, oh, actually what I do need to do for the birthday stuff is schedule all of the school birthday stuff. I have a list of that. I'm not gonna write the whole list here. And then, so there's like days where I'm supposed to go into the class, cupcakes for the preschool kids and all that stuff. So just take care of all of the scheduling of that, because some of that needs to be next week and some of that needs to be while I'm gone. So let's just make sure it's all set up. And then likewise, Go Wild prep. I would love to get my baskets assembled this week, but my table mate gifts, but more important than that is like making sure all the kiddo and family stuff is, if not prepped, then like I know what I need to get ready before we go. Okay, next up, let's go up to like health and wellness maybe and take a look at my goals. And let's just see. I think I'm just gonna kind of wait on the OB appointment. I just don't feel like fully prepared to schedule that yet. And we had like some weird insurance stuff. So now I'm not actually sure if I can go in March anyways. I think I have to wait till April, but and I had like, anyway, I had some like weird stuff related to that happen this summer, and then my insurance stuff kind of got messed up from that, and now I don't know, it's gonna be a minute to figure that out, but I'm not gonna handle that this week. That was like one of the last things on my goals. And other than that, it's been like the strength and yoga, which honestly I actually did a pretty good job with this week, and then good sleep routines, which I'm feeling pretty good about that, better than I was. So I'll put that in again for this week because it is super important. But I do want to do the workouts, and I actually think I might try and do 3 workouts this week. And I've just been doing like really short video ones or like more vigorous play sessions with the kids. Like we have a boxing set, and we actually did like a whole boxing thing, which was really fun. And also felt like an actual workout. So I'm gonna put 3 workouts like that, and then I'm gonna use, maybe I'll do the heart for that's cute. Okay, so we'll do them. I do actually feel like whenever I stencil with the heart, I'm always just like, I feel like I can draw a heart as well as the stencil. Probably the only shape where that is true. And I can try and schedule them in my plum paper, and I was thinking about doing it this weekend, but I didn't get a chance to. But I've been thinking that I really want to go and do a workout class somewhere soon. It's something that I actually used to really, really, really love and do a lot before kids, but not something that I have done like with any kind of regularity since kids, and definitely not something that I've done, I don't think, at all since COVID. So maybe like going to a yoga class or a spin class or something, that could be pretty fun. I don't know if I'll be able to do that this week, but if not, definitely after Go Wild. So then the other thing was, of course, the good sleep routine. And is there anything else there? No. Okay, so then likewise, actually before I do spiritual and family, I'm gonna swing down to physical, and then I can see if there's anything else I want to add into the personal category as well. Okay. We just still have our daily clean going, and just like get any like house prep supplies. If I'm gonna meal prep anything for while I'm gone for Go Wild, for the kids and stuff, I can go ahead and get any supplies I need for that for this week. So for family, got kids routines, and I'm gonna put screen time in because we've had some stuff lately. I'm definitely gonna put that on the habit tracker this week. That's definitely gotta be a focus. Things have just gotten a little bit out of control. Then I might do like a heart. Oh, that is a mess. Okay, I said focus on full attention, quality time during family time, but I really was not lined up at all with the stencil, so we are definitely gonna have to fix that up a little bit with some extra highlighting. Fortunately, this is the last week in this month, and I already used the back page here to do some color testing, so if I run the marker over this a million times and bleed through, it's not going to be a problem. Full on little purple box right there. And that was just a page that I purposefully sacrificed while I was testing the notebook, because I realized that this would be the February month and that there was no way I was going to need the 5th page in there. So anyway, that's why that one is covered. So I'm just gonna say quality time here. I feel like engagement would have been a good one there too. Nice and buzzwordy. I didn't routines down here. Good, clean routines. I mean, I usually put meal planning and stuff like that in personal, but I guess it does kind of straddle the two categories. I'm just feeling really good about that whole area of life, to be honest, right now. And then this one, I'm just gonna say feeling good, especially after I feel so much better. I got like a little bit sick, and then I was worried I was gonna just get knocked out again. I spent like one day where I spent like half a day in bed, but now I actually feel so much better. So I don't know, yeah, I've been sick a lot this year, and that's not usually a problem that I have. Do the last of these highlightings. Oh, feeling good would be a good one for here too. Okay, I'm gonna give myself a new habit here. We're gonna try it. And I tried this in a planner a couple weeks ago, and it went like pretty good, but it was also a week where I felt good every day, so it wasn't a problem, where it's just like, I'm gonna use one of the spaces in the habit tracker to be like a daily check-in with how I'm feeling, and I am going to adjust what I'm doing based on that so that I don't get totally overwhelmed and then collapse like I did last week. We'll just call it like a daily mental health check-in, and stress check-in. And that says, get it done without burning out. There's a lot to get done this week. But I still have next week too. It's not like I'm leaving for Go Wild on Monday, right? Go Wild is all the way not until next Thursday, so I will still have time next week to get some stuff done. I'm gonna put aware as the focus. Okay, I'm gonna add in one more here. I would fit in the work category, but I don't have space, so it's going here. And that's just gonna be like to keep up with my own filming schedule as well. All right, another busy one. I feel like I do better when there's a lot on it, and if one or two things are not checked off at the end of the week, or I had to move them, or even more than that, then it's fine. But when I do everything and still have time in the week, and then I won't come back and pick what to work on next. So I would rather have a little bit too much than a little bit too little. But I think I would rather have a little bit too much than a little bit too little on my plate. But also I don't want to have like too much, because then I will just, I don't want to just give up and be like, well, it's totally unrealistic. Like it's achievable if everything goes well, but understand that if everything does not go well, then there are going to be things that have to come off the list. And then my focus here is, I think, just going to be March. I think that I am going to give myself the spiritual and personal growth. Okay, so I use this little area up at the top to create a weekly focus, like whatever the biggest thing I'm working on or the overarching theme for the week. One week I did put two, but I just do one category and like one main, kind of binding, tying element that is going to run throughout the whole week. And for this week, I'm going to make that the spiritual and personal growth one. And I just don't like I said, how things went last week, how I handled things getting stressful. And I just want to focus on stress management as my main overarching thing for the week, even though there's a lot of different things going on that I'm hoping to accomplish. But most important, I just want to get through them without feeling like I felt last week. Oh, I had a little bit of extra space, so I wrote stress management, and then in smaller writing, I wrote in a healthy way. Okay, so this is the last week of the month, as I said. So on the last week of the month, except for last month when I forgot, what I usually do for my reflections is just leave it a little bit more open and just make like a big box, because there's a lot of month-end reflection stuff that I end up doing, and I don't usually do the whole weekly reflections process, because I kind of jump right into the monthly reflections process, and it feels kind of a little bit like duplication to do a whole weekly thing and then a whole monthly thing. So usually I just will either not use this page at all sometimes, or if I have some notes that I need to jot down or anything specific, I might even end up putting some notes about goals for the month ahead in here, just little things like that. But I don't feel like I need to do, I really like the reflections process, and it's helped me so much with my goal setting and everything. And I do try and take it really seriously, even, when I only want to spend like a couple minutes on it. I still feel like I get something out of it, but again, I don't want to duplicate work just for the sake of duplicating it. So I don't need to go ahead and do a whole thing when. All right, so that's it for weekly actions. Next up, we can grab that plum paper. So this is my Plum Paper Vertical Priorities planner. This is what I'm going to be using for my weekly overview spread this week. It is a 7x9 planner, and it is like semi-customizable. You can get custom headers and stuff printed in it. I got mine fairly blank, although I do have one header up there that just says habit tracker. I have a full overview and review of this planner. It was gifted to me by Plum Paper, so thank you so much to them. I really love this and have been having so much fun using this planner. And I don't have a particular sticker kit this week. What I do have is a color theme, which I'm gonna use the teal from the planner along with like soft pink, so I can use a little bit more, I don't know, not quite Valentine's Day stuff, but just like maybe Valentine's adjacent. And then I have a bunch of washes picked out, including 2 new ones that I just got from Simply Gilded, which is like this little winter cabin one, which has like a really soft teal and some like tealish in the trees, plus the pink cabin. And then this books one, which is a rainbow books, but I don't know, I thought they looked really cute together. Maybe not like what you would expect to have them paired together, but I just thought it was cute. And I've got some markers that match that kind of color theme, and we're gonna have some fun. And I've also actually got some stickers from Plum Paper that match the colorway of the planner. I have a bunch of them here. Plum Paper also sent me these, which I'm really excited to use some of these. So I do have some in like pinks and in the teals and stuff. And I thought it could be really fun to pull some of these in as well. I'm not gonna use like the deco-y ones with the gold that I have, but I am gonna use especially some of the custom ones that they let me pick out, like things that would be really helpful to me. Like I have these black ones where you can get like different things on them, and some of them say like appointment, whatever, but I have ones that say like reading, watching. I have ones that say writing, because if you don't know, for my freelance work, a lot of what I do is writing. So I just thought that would be kind of cool, and you can customize whatever you want on them. They're pretty neat. So anyway, we may use some of those as well. I thought that would be fun to pull in. I've got some ones that say workout, so we can go kind of and have a bunch of fun with it. So now, last time I used this planner, I did the to-do list, like my weekly to-do list up here, and I didn't like love it, but it worked okay. I might try and schedule in more throughout the week. That's honestly the only thing that I'm not like 100% all in on this layout about is the sidebar space, which because I like to have like a big weekly sidebar. You do have the habit tracker up here, but it's just like there's not like a really good weekly to-do list place, which is definitely something that I like to have in my weekly overview planner, not just in my Moxie Life. So I think we should figure that out first. I may actually go ahead and do that still on this. I'm gonna grab my Christian Designs line spacing sampler stencil for that, because that one has one where the boxes are a little bit closer together. This one up here, which is the 5mm one, I think. So this, and if you don't know what this is, this stencil just has all different line widths, so you can even like test the line width on your planner. This Plum Paper looks like it's a 7mm spacing on the lines down here. So these ones down here, I know like Moxie Life is 6mm, the Erin Condren Daily Duo in the A5 size is 6mm, and in the 7x9, I believe, is this, which is like the 1/4 inch one. And then like a bullet journal, like a regular dot grid on a standard bullet journal is 5mm. So just all different sizes on this. So I think, well, last time what I did here is I went ahead and highlighted the week that we were in. So I will do that again. Start by adding a pop of color in. Then I bet I have somewhere in here, I got some headers in here that I made custom, and I've got ones that say like this week, next week, stuff like that, which are like this kind of standard headers that I use. So let's pair that with a little bit of washi. Maybe even run it sideways. And all the washies that I have are silver foil. Totally cover the washi, that kind of defeats the purpose. I wasn't sure how with this is how wide this was. It's a little bit bigger than 1.5 inches, because these are sized for like that size planner. So if I go like that, where it says this week, because I'm just gonna try and be like a little bit more methodical about how I do it than the last time I did it, since I didn't love what I did last time. I'm gonna pull my Moxie Life over here right behind the planner so that I can see it, and I'm gonna transfer over the like concrete tasks that need to be accomplished into a to-do list. Okay, so I squeezed all of the concrete tasks in this size except for the work stuff, and I combined a couple of things that were like cross categories, like the Go Wild Prep from the fun category and the physical environment category are combined into one. Some of the scheduling stuff combined into one. So that is what I'm gonna do with that. On the other side, I think I might make like a couple of work trackers. I'm gonna see, do I have anything that says work on here? I do not. I've got like reminders, priorities, dinner. I've got a takeout and TV one because these are stickers that I got to pick myself. I've got life admin, which if you watch my channel regularly, you'll know these are things that I write in my planner quite a bit. Planner time, task list, all kinds of stuff like that. Go with important. We'll go with important. Oh, I have got a good one here. Okay, so I have these that are the block stickers where you can write what you're working on. And again, like I said, because I'm trying to figure out what work project I'm working on, because things are very up in the air, and I can put that here and then I can write what I'm working on once I figure out exactly what that is. And then I will make a separate little section up at the top that has the videos that I need to film for other people. Maybe actually I will do a dot marker. This is pure experiment. I've wanted to try this for a while using the dot marker with the stencil. I don't know why that's a thing that I've wanted to try, but it is, so let's do it. The coil was getting in the way. This one might be easier to do. All right, so, and actually that's perfect. Oh, I need 4, not 3. This has more in a row together. This is another Christian design stencil. This one just came actually for free randomly in the mail one day. It's from like Wild University. 4 in pink and 1 in teal. And that did not work as well as I was hoping. All right, let's clean those up. Not my best work. So then I'm gonna say my filming, and I think I'll do squares for longer stuff and circles for shorter stuff. So, and then anytime I film anything, I can just kind of do that as a tracking. And I'm working on this video now, and I'll just put that in there. And maybe, do I feel like, do I need a key? I might. Whatever, we're just gonna go with it and we'll see what happens. All right, and then let's tuck a little bit more washi in there. Okay, and then up here on the other side, this one just gets to be for deco. I do usually like to have a space for next week in my planner, but I also like a space for deco in my planner. And yeah, like I said, that's one of the reasons why I think I'm gonna do like a little bit of the torn thing for the washi this week too. I just got a really good idea. So we're gonna take this next week's sticker. Yes. Since we're using all of the custom headers this week, we'll might as well go ahead and grab the habits one, even though that literally said habit tracker. So the first one is gonna be that like daily check-in. Then we're gonna say morning routine, bedtime, and combine some of the kids' ones because I wanted the clean in there. Okay. So that's where we're at with the sidebar. And if I don't end up liking that, I can cover it with washi later. I think I'll use the dot markers to check in with the habits, just for a little extra pop of color. Okay, so I have pulled out a number of like other stickers and like transparent matte stuff that I have from my journaling collection. And I've also got a lot of foil pulled out. I was thinking that it might be fun to bring in a little bit of foil since I'm not really memory planning right now. I do hope to go back to it soon, but I just really don't have the bandwidth for it right now. So I was thinking that that might be fun to bring in and use some of these stickers. So Monday is President's Day, like I said. So, and these new torn strips are actually from Hello Petite Paper. So I might even just go ahead and put that right where like the header is supposed to be. I don't really need a header per se. It's not quite as thick as I was expecting. Okay, we're just gonna work with it. And then I've also got icons out from Hello Petite Paper mostly. Okay, so I was just hunting around, but I have these little backpacks from Hello Petite Paper, and we actually have parent-teacher conferences for my preschool, for my son, not the baby. And I also just uncovered, I pulled out this whole stack of like wintry deco and also snowflakes. I may end up covering this and putting some deco down. I'm gonna think about that for a minute. I just don't know that that's gonna be like, actually, I'm gonna be able to track anything for there. I may like leave the UGC thing, but we'll see. And then I have these from Chrissy Designs. I didn't have any in a good color on my sheet from Lexi Kylie Designs, but these have conferences written on them. So I'm gonna take these. My desk is such a hot mess right now. I don't even think I could zoom out far enough to show you, but this is intense. All right, and then I'm gonna write down that it's for my son. And in the next section below this is our priorities for the day, which is, you know, have a fun day. I also have some work that I need to do because I have my regular Monday work. So I think I'll put that up in here. Also, definitely gonna need to do laundry. Basically our Monday usuals, our Sunday usual stuff, but on Monday. Laundry and meal prep. I've already done the meal planning, which I'm gonna put in just a few minutes, and that will go in the box at the bottom. But that is my focus for Monday, which is tomorrow. And I might not even do a daily duo spread tomorrow. I have been skipping them a lot on weekends lately, which is totally fine. And I may just wait and do one on Tuesday, which you will hopefully get to see. I was worried about these like super long plan with me's, but it seems like a lot of people really prefer the really long ones. So I'm not gonna worry about it. And if you really like the long plan with me's, I am happy to try and make that happen for you. All right, let's get a little bit of this washi going right there, just for no reason at all. And that looks really cute. Okay, so then we will hopefully be doing some kind of fun activity during the day as well, because again, my husband's off work, the kids are off, everybody's off, so we can do that. I'm going to use this little green marker from Sarasa. It's from Zebra. I keep saying Sarasa because the Sarasa is written so big on it, but it's a Zebra Sarasa fine liner. And maybe I'll use a little wintry sticker for that. I have these like hot chocolatey ones, and then these, it's like it's not cool here at all. And in fact, it's actually supposed to be, there's one day this week where the high is like 71, but you know, whatever. Maybe like this little scarf or something just for the activity. Oh, you know what I could do? I could put this like that. And then I can grab a snowflake because we were supposed to be decorating here. And we can make a little snowflake box. Okay, so that I think is it for Monday right now. I don't know like if I'm gonna be doing stuff really on Monday or not, but let's run through some kind of priorities for the rest of the week. On Wednesday, I'm gonna start with like appointment type stuff. On Wednesday, I have a house appointment that we noticed somewhere. We noticed like a little bit of like water damage, and it's under an area that like we did construction on, so the contractor is coming to take a look at it. Wednesday is a pretty free day. That's going to be for work stuff. And on Thursday, and I can go ahead and use my little takeout and TV sticker and put that down here on the dinner section. And this week we will actually be doing that, which we didn't last week. We got takeout, but we ate with the kids because my big kid had been asking for sushi for like weeks, and I was actually in the mood for it too, so we had takeout with the kids. But we'll be back to takeout and TV hopefully on Thursday. Then Saturday morning we have, I'm gonna leave like a little bit, actually, you know what, I'm just gonna run some washi up at the top there where I did the books. Yeah, I'm gonna do the books there as well. And then underneath that, we have a like a family birthday party. And I can do in the teal again. And it will take us some time to get there. We are gonna try and venture out with my mother-in-law. And it's a baby's first birthday, one of my nephews, so super sweet. Maybe I'll use like one of these fancy little things. I'm sure I have a birthday sticker, but I feel like this is equally as fun. So we'll maybe do this along this side, and then I'll put the snowflake on this side. Out sticker I can use. Perfect. And I don't have anything specific. Oh, and actually I do have something specific on Sunday. So So my big kid has Hebrew school on Sundays, and then she actually needs to bring a Purim basket with her because they're doing like a little exchange, which I need to make this basket. Not super difficult. It's just like some snacks and stuff, but we need to make that. I guess while I'm down here, I might put the Sunday usual on the bottom here, which is groceries, meal prep, and laundry. Can grab, you know, I think I want a little bit of washi there. Then Thursday, down in this section, I just want to give myself a reminder that is like a work related. Okay, so here is what I think I want to do. First, let's put in some videos and some workouts, and I can actually use my video stickers. These pink ones. So I have these black stickers in the lighter teal that I'm gonna use, and I only have, well, I have another one on another sheet, but I think I want to save the other sheet, and I'm gonna use 2 of these, and then I will use the third one separate. So I think, you know, and these plum paper stickers are actually super repositionable, which is really nice. So I think I might try and do a workout tomorrow, and then another one on Tuesday, but I can do yoga on Tuesday and use a different sticker for that, and then another one on Thursday. You can see how easy that is to pull out. I'm gonna put a kettlebell there. And I was writing, that one I wrote on fine, but these ones with the white text printed on them, I have been using my multi-ball, which is the same pen that I used to write on like transparent sticky notes and stuff, and I feel like that is, you need a more permanent ink marker for these, like same like Christian Designs or Simply Gilded, any stickers like that. And then I don't know what Monday it's gonna be. It might be like a thing with the kids or something, so I'm gonna leave that one blank for right now. Then right, I think I might try and do a bunch of filming stuff on Wednesday and have that be like a big filming day. That was really rough. Going with a little more doodly of a look. And then Friday I might try and do a lot more work because my data will be out on Thursday, assuming that's the correct project that we're talking about now. So we can work on goals and my content, and then also on some UGC stuff as well. And we'll see, I'll leave the last one blank there. And then I'm gonna leave that for other reminders. I don't think I have any reminders for Tuesday. I can kind of check house and the birthday supplies on Tuesday. That'll be a good one, because that way I can go, on Thursday I usually run errands. I have different kinds of lists this week. On Friday, be for some kind of work stuff. I'm not gonna put in what until I confirm, which actually I should do on Tuesday to check in with the project. So Tuesday can be the day, because people will be coming back from vacation. I can line up anything that I need to line up, and let's see, is there anything else there? Well, I can also do the birthday scheduling. So a sort of little mini admin session, scheduling session will be good to do before I work on like March goals, calendar, stuff like that. I might actually even just keep this going and ignore the divider on Tuesday, and that way I can add in more stuff if I'm doing like admin type work on Tuesday. Then I can actually do like a full-on calendar session here and kind of check in with that. And I will leave the other ones blank. I kind of feel like that's all I know right now, so I want to add in a little bit more deco, a little bit more of the washi. Gotta get the books in there one more time. I don't usually need all of this space, but I like to have a weekly overview. I need some amount of space, and that way I can just kind of decorate it up and make it look pretty, and that washi is too close together. And then I just kind of work around that space. Oh, we also have, on Thursday nights, kids have piano, which this is a violin, but I don't have a piano, and that's musical, so we're gonna go with it. I might do a box for that. So I'll make this for a little errands list, and I can kind of just work it in there a little bit. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing for that yet. I feel like this just needs a pop of little color like that, and maybe yoga too. We can do some more swatches. I can even leave myself one on Saturday. Alright, so then the last thing is the meal planning, which I've already done, and I actually just wrote it down on a little, one of my like little dollar spot Target ones. I've been using a monthly calendar that is like a dry erase board or wet erase board from MC Squares that I absolutely love, and it's linked in my Amazon store if you want to check it out. But I've been using that this is our 3rd month, and we've been loving that, but I felt like this week's meal plan was a little more complicated than usual. And now with my mother-in-law living here, we've been actually doing our vegetable shopping at like this, it's kind of like the semi-outdoor indoor market where it's like really, you have to buy in bulk quantities, but it's really inexpensive and like good quality. So it's been really fun. And we are able to like eat it all, because that's, if you have listened to me talk about meal planning before, minimizing food waste is a really big goal of ours with meal planning. So, and with just like the way we eat and grocery shop, we really try and minimize our food waste as much as possible. So that's been really great, because it's nice to shop there and we have not had waste. Okay, so I also was looking at the weather this week while I did my meal planning, because I got to grill like 2 days last week and it was the best thing ever, and I miss grilling so much. So, and then we're gonna have more nice weather this week, so I'm gonna try and grill. I'm gonna grill tonight, and I think I'm gonna grill tomorrow. So okay, so that is kind of it for my weekly overview, at least that I know right now. In this video will be back in a second, and real time will be back tomorrow, and we'll plan for Tuesday, not Monday, because I don't feel like doing a daily duo spread for the holiday. All right, so it is Tuesday morning now, and I really want to get this set up. I meant to do it last night, but I did not. Today it is going to rain. There is a lot going on today, so I need to get like a good list going and all this stuff. So I did figure out some of the schedule stuff yesterday, which is nice, but I need to figure out the rest of it today, particularly with the work stuff, which you know, with the holiday yesterday, I was not able to like get in touch with people to figure that out yesterday. Okay, so that is that. And then I'm also going to have a video up today. I'm just gonna do a really simple spread today, and I'm using the 1.0 pen for a little bit of a bolder look, although I think I might grab the 0.72. And this video will have been a weekly, not a planning routine. I did like a plan as I go. Okay, so you can check that out if you haven't already seen it. And then a strap, so you can maybe see on my arm, I'm still wearing my bathrobe. I need to get dressed, which I'm gonna go do in a couple of minutes after I finish this up. And then my husband is actually working from home today because I am taking my mother-in-law to her doctor's appointment, and the baby does not have school today, so he's gonna stay with her and work, but that way he didn't have to take off work. I'm not really sure how long that's gonna take. Last time they were gone for like a pretty good chunk of time. So here are the things, I'm gonna put that stuff in 1 second, but here are the things that I want to get done today. I want to finish some voiceovers and also a content schedule, which is mostly done, but I just need to update a few things for this week. I need to take my pictures, make a film plan, and a work plan for the week. Okay, so that is my sort of list of my must get done for today. Like, those are the things that I definitely 100. Oh, and you know what? I also need tonight I need to cut the strawberries, because we had all these grapes that were already cut and they were starting to go bad. So I made all of the kids take grapes, even though some of them like grapes a little bit less than others. But I was like, everybody's taking grapes today. Tomorrow we won't have enough grapes to send to school for everybody. So I'll need to cut the strawberries too, which I didn't do when I did meal prep. I decided to wait one more day. If I finish all of that stuff, / I have more time, then I would also like to do a little bit of the UGC work, Starting with, I have one thing that's like a 3 video deliverable, and I have 2 of them done, so finishing the last one. And maybe some editing. I have a lot of like videos filmed for YouTube, and I'm starting to get a little bit behind on editing, so let's do that. Okay, so then my mother-in-law's doctor's appointment is at 11, I believe, or right before 11. I need to leave at 10 though. I have a feeling we probably won't be back until, you know, 12, 1. Well, at least it's because I have to drive her. It's not like super, super close by, so it's at least 1. And then my husband will, well, not hopefully, he will put the baby down for a nap while I am gone, which means that when I get back, I can work on all of the stuff from the list. And then we'll have carpool again. And then I don't know what we're gonna do tonight. I might just give myself another bucket here. Honestly, I don't know. I just haven't, I've been just reading so much lately. I like actually slept in this morning, so I'm just gonna put that. I just went ahead and put those EC asterisks, anything time sensitive. So that is my day. And then down here, we have that house appointment tomorrow. And then we can make a picture list. Okay, so just a list of all the pictures I want to take, and then just leaving a little bit more space because I'm sure that there are some that I'm forgetting right now because that was just from memory. But anyway, we'll just leave a little extra space there, and then just do a little washi right there. And then maybe I'll use the teal marker. And this is the mild liner brush pen. I just really love these. So that is my daily duo spread. Okay, now that is everything for this week. So here is my weekly overview spread again. Here is today, my very busy day in my daily duo. And here are my Moxie Life weekly action items. I hope you enjoyed getting to see this longer planning routine video again. If you did, definitely like this video and also let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and you can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram at My Crafty Plans for even more planner fun. I will talk to you next time. Bye.